In the centre of the ground, it's going to be Hamish Free and also Darcy Fort to do battle in the first ruck contest of the day. Darcy Fort toe pokes it forward to centre half forward. Coming through there is Lyons. Found Tunstall by a hand, who goes with a kick up inside the forward 50. Big pack of the drop and taking the mark here. Strong hands was Ryan, who wheels around. He goes long up towards the top of the goal squares. A few players back there. Lean it with the fisted spoil. The smother off the boot there of Kyle Dunkley, who was strolling into the open goal, but good desperation on the last line of defence.
It was Will Dawson with the smother there. Good stuff there for North Melbourne to force the first behinds of the day. What could have been an easy goal for Brisbane. So, big day this one. Bit of disparity with how the AFL schedules lines up for these two. Brisbane's AFL side, of course, having played on Thursday night. North playing as we speak at AFL level against Geelong. They've got 12 AFL listed players out here today. North Melbourne. Brisbane have brought 16. Good mark taken here on the intercept by McPherson, who quickly went in board. Brandon Ryan on debut for Brisbane at VFL level. He's had plenty of experience here, of course, with the Northern Bull Ants. Got his chance with Hawthorn at AFL level last year. Kick goes over the top. But it's heading close to the line. It does actually stay in play, and the kick was nearly intercepted by George. Near the boundary line, Watkins trying to keep it alive, but it does spill over.
So this to be tossed back into play. Both teams with a few changes as well. 5 changes for North Melbourne this afternoon. Toss back into play. Hamish Free worked his way to the front. Robertson wrapped up immediately in a strong commanding tackle by Riley Hardiman. Of course, picked 23 in the 2023 draft. Robertson tried to get his way out of the tackle. Unsuccessfully, though. Strong tackle there from Pryor to lock things up once again. And we'll have another restart of play. 5 senior games for Pryor last year. Robertson trying to barge his way through. Got the hand pass intended there for a Revel. Now the ball to a more central position taken by Lyons. The shot at goal is across the face and through for a minor score. So Brisbane with a couple of opportunities early as North try and exit their defence.
It's Braden George to kick in for the Kangaroos. He wants to go toward the outer side. 2-on-2 contest out here. And just dropping the mark was one of those North Melbourne players out there. As the ball up will be called for now. Just near the wing, that mark was dropped by Finn Maley. Just forward of the wing, true centre wing for the Kangaroos. They've been in attack early. The fresh area there from Free as it trickles toward the middle of the ground. Brain gets it, but Stevenson gets him immediately. Now Tunstall spun in the tackle, looking for the hand pass option. Madden was there, but plenty of blue and white there as well. Some high pressure stuff early. They've been good defensively early, North Melbourne here. As the ball is thrown up one more time. Tunstall involved again. Taylor tried to crash through, but never had the footy in hand. It's pinballing around. Eventually it's going to be forced inside 50 once more here for Brisbane. Lyons with the hand pass over the top. And now the shot at goal is coming from Smith. I do apologise. I said North Melbourne had been in attack so far. It's lived in Brisbane's forward half, of course.
It has. And North Melbourne just struggled getting past the centre line. Brisbane have been able to set up well behind players. Riley Hardiman on kick-out duties this afternoon. Elects the outer side, a long left footer towards the outer wing. Fort was the meat in the sandwich. Came off his fist. Finn Maley in that pack as well. We, of course, saw Finn Maley in round 2 take a couple of really strong pack marks as well. Great athletic and aerial ability over his head. Finn Maley, as this one's been tossed back into play. Hamish Free and Darcy Fort, of course, the ex-Cat. Spills out to Watkins. Got a quick kick forward up towards the wing. There is Maley. Gets the hand pass away. Off to his teammate in Lloyd. And now North can work through the centre. A kick from Downey up towards half forward. And strong hands from Wind over his head, who takes the mark. Just inside 50. And so North's first real opportunity to come forward. Lachlan Wynn, the ex-Hawk, of course, played with Box Hill from 50. Didn't hit it all that well. In towards the pocket. Lean it goes up. In fact, it's Stevenson. And he takes a strong mark in the right forward pocket. And he's going to kick round his body here. First game in the VFL for 2024. Jaden Stevenson from the boundary. Runs around and puts it through. And North are on the board. Stevenson with the first of the afternoon.
Was omitted from the AFL lineup last week. 3 emergencies for the AFL game today. All out here. Will Phillips, Jackson Archer and Rob Hanson. Just in case something went awry up in Geelong. But all 12 of the AFL listed players that were named on Friday out here. It's a good contingent of Brisbane players as well, including James Tunstall, who was the sub on Thursday night against Melbourne. Wasn't used in that game. So he'll get his minutes in here this afternoon. Must have been a long weekend down here in Melbourne, unless he did fly back up and has come back down, James Tunstall. He's already had the 3 touches here. The reigning JJ Liston Trophy winner, Jared Lyons, has 4, including a behind. But North have the first goal. And a good bounce to restart play. Big jump at it by Goat as well, but Fort is able to get the clearance inside 50 for Brisbane once more. Little jumper tug there for Morris. Did get a hand pass out. Ended up with Manly. Left foot at goal now. 1-on-1 in the square. Comes off hand. Still a chance here for the Lions. Just ran into the behind post. I think that might have been Ryan. Had to get the hand pass out. It was a little bit chaotic, but results in a stoppage. It wasn't Ryan. It was actually Callan Lane there on the front line as the ball is thrown up, and North get numbers back there. Manly again. Can't find a clean handball out. Ball was picked up. But quickly, another tackle. Lloyd that time, another ball up here. Brisbane have peppered early in this game, looking for their first goal. Going nowhere, Nick Hodgson.
So taking the ground, Hodgson, and we'll get another restart of play. 20 metres out from Brisbane's attacking goal. Free kick whistle on play. And it's going the way of Brisbane here. And Henry Smith in the ruck contest will take the free kick. Slightish angle, but directly in front. So Henry Smith, of course, from South Australia. Played for the Woodville West Torrens at Colts level. Performed well there. Was taken in the draft in 2020. Brisbane searching for their first goal of the afternoon. Smith from basically directly in front. 20 metres out. Comes in and he has hit the post. Bad miss there from directly in front. And another minor score. So Brisbane, the 4 behinds, North with 1 goal on the board.
George maybe thought about going to pink. The kick needed to be a little more careful than that, but it did work out in the end for Bodie Stevens. Happy to use the outer side so far, North Melbourne. They're down 4 scoring shots to 1, but lead the game by 2 points. Jaden Stevenson, the lone goal kicker so far, prior at ground level. Was on all fours, needed that hand pass outlet. Revel eventually emerges after getting it from Brain, and now Torrent goes inside 50, but the kick just over the top of Lloyd's head. Has to battle in the 1-on-1 now with Pink. Pink doing well. Actually got himself in front of Lloyd there and forced a stoppage. It's been a stoppage-heavy game, this one so far, particularly inside 50 for Brisbane. A big slap forward by Callan Lane, gains a little bit of meterage before slipping back out.
So, yeah, as you say, Adam, lots of stoppage-heavy contests at the moment. North, when they played Carlton, it was more of a free-flowing game as this one's tossed back into play. Lane, Robertson, trying to get the hand pass out. Ricochet off towards Lyons. At the back, he was taken in the tackle. Got it towards Revel. who drives the kick up towards full forward. No mark taken. Lean it, gets it to Pink. His kick was smothered. Spills to Robertson. Off the ricochet. Turns round and kicks the goal. And Brisbane have their first. So Robertson was just in the right place at the right time. Captured the crumb and really quick snapper goal was kicked to perfection and a nice finish.
This is one of 3 games in Smithy's VFL today. 2 more games kicking off in an hour from now. The TV game on 7, Carlton taking on Collingwood at Icon Park, and the other game with our friends Michael Pippicelli and Brendan Rhodes on the call, Northern Bullants hosting Geelong at Jenna Steele Oval. It's been a busy weekend across both Smithy's VFL men's and the Rebel VFLW. Where a goal apiece here. Brisbane finally with their first major. Both number 2s out on the ground today with the goals, Robertson and Stevenson. Smith in ruck here for Brisbane. Actually did well to get that down to Lyons, but he got tackled quickly by Lowson. Non-controlling umpire saw a free kick for the JJ Trophy winner as he goes towards half forward quickly. Brisbane on the move once more. Henry Smith has it. Looking for some leading targets. Just lobs one in hope. And Darcy Fort's the man underneath it, but he just ran into Connor Downey rather, as Robertson tries to feed. They'll get a handball chain going across the 50, and it was a nice little kick in board by Revel. The shot at goal to come from Harry Sharp.
Well, Sharp was taken at pick 43 in the 2020 draft, a gun middle distance athlete as a junior as well, so multi-talented.
Averaging 19 touches and 10 marks so far this season in Smithy's VFL to extend Brisbane's early lead here. He does, but only by 1 point. They've kicked 1-5 already in 12 minutes.
So a little inaccurate here from Brisbane. They've had plenty of opportunities as Leanett takes the mark in the back half of the ground. Wants to come near side, but a piercing ball up towards the Hodgson direction. And Lyons got back there with the spoil. He goes to ground, tackled by Hodgson, who forces a stoppage in the centre of the ground. Lyons, as you mentioned, Adam, the reigning JJ Liston medalist from last year. Very sharp, not going anywhere. Wrapped up by Lowson. Again, another restart of play. Goad, knocked it down. Revel got the hand pass away. Revel again. Robertson providing the run. He got it towards Manly. And now the kick goes inside 50. A vacant square. Down there is Ryan. Just couldn't quite clutch that mark, and through it goes for another minor score. And Leanett to bring it out from fullback for North.
First game of the year for Leanett. Spent time on St Kilda's list and played plenty of footy at Sandringham as well as a result. Now VFL listed with North Melbourne. Toward this near side, Free will go up against Smith. Smith was in the better position. Been good Henry Smith so far. In toward the hot spot we go. A couple of extra Kangaroos where the ball landed. Pink was one of those Kangaroos who goes in now, quickly got the ball out. Downey missed it because Robertson just stole it off him. He gets a handball off. Ryan looking for a way through. Gets boots a ball now. Yet another minor score.
So George, short pass in towards the pocket. Stevens assessing his options. Watkins on short. Likes to go to him. Watkins now as Curtis Taylor on short again. Curtis Taylor, the inclusion today, along with this man, Stevenson. He gives it off by hand. And North up towards half forward now. Fisted spoil at the back of the pack there from Green, but North through Watkins can come forward. His kick is a good one. De La Rue looks up inside 50. Downey, he can play on, straighten up, steady, left foot kick at goal is a beauty. Through it goes. And Connor Downey is on the board. North have their second. 2 straight 12, playing 1-7-13.
Unsurprisingly, here, Josh. The inside 50 count is 9-2 North Melbourne's way. North of kick goals with both of their inside 50s. Brisbane, well, they're going at nearly a score per inside 50, but 7 of them are behinds. And that's your difference so far. Brisbane still lead it, despite having kicked one less goal. Connor Downey been a good inclusion for North Melbourne on the VFL list after his time with Hawthorn ended. Famously made his AFL debut as an unused sub. And still got the credit with that AFL debut. That happened with James Tunstall on Thursday night, of course, in terms of being the unused sub in that AFL game, not actually getting out there. So Smith, Brisbane have been okay at centre clearance so far. Tunstall, speaking of, running backwards to find some space. Little kick was good for Robertson. The kicker of Brisbane's first goal, Devon Robertson. Disposal number 7 coming up. Kick will go down the line. It's a 2-on-2. Lean it with the big fist over the top. Claiming it was Phillips. It comes toward the boundary line. Downey with the tackle here. Umpire across his arms once more in front of the gates.
And in front of our broadcast position as well this afternoon. Tossed up. Free and Smith. Smith worked his way to the front. It's been knocked forward. Watkins with a strong tackle on Kyle Dunkley, younger brother of Josh, and we'll get another stoppage. Still on centre wing. Fort now and Hamish free. Fort won the ruck contest. Lord, his kick was spoiled. Sharp ran into the brick wall, taking the ground, holding the ball. And Phillips, the recipient, will take the kick. Right on the centre line, and a bit of blood as well coming from his eye, so he'll have to come from the ground. And Downey now to take the kick. Downey plays on, wasting no time. Will drive this inside 50. Poor kick in the end, and cutting across was Darcy Fort. Takes the mark defensively. Not to come long, but in the end concedes some ground to Joyce, and then Joyce towards the opposite pocket. Take the mark, Green. Over the top. His kick not a good one. And it's been cut off here. So Hardiman for North Melbourne will send this one long. A left foot kick towards the top of the goal square. Maley in the pack, but Pryor takes a really strong mark. Sandwiched in the pack and kicks towards the pocket, and Torrent takes the mark.
He's averaging 7 marks a game so far in Smithy's VFL. Pink from behind tried to affect that contest as he came together with Lloyd. Loose ball eventually came to Lowson, but he fumbled and Brain was there to reclaim it. Brandon Ryan in the run-on-one, but again lean it with the fist. From behind as Archer runs into trouble. Branson kept going for the ball. He got tackled immediately by Stevens. Brisbane ball here, but it goes past Lyons. Ends up with Revel. Nice little sidestep. Brisbane working it out nicely. Dunkley, long handball off to Tunstall. It's a 1-on-1 inside 50. Extras out the back, though, for North Melbourne. Deacon Smith, the former Demon. He'll look to switch across to this outer side. It was a good kick and a good mark as well for K. De La Rue.
De La Rue looks inward. Hodgson takes the mark. Point of the centre square. Waiting for his teammates to present. He goes with a kick up the middle towards Hamish Free. Couldn't take the mark. But North able to capture the crumb. Lord up to half forward, and Downey, who kicked that goal moments ago, looks up. Eyes divert towards the centre of the ground. And providing the lead and taking the mark is Charlie Harrop. And he will kick 40 metres out directly in front. They worked that ball really swiftly north and methodically, and Charlie Harrop on the end of it. So Harrop will kick from directly in front. Played with the Sandy Dragons in 2023. Came through the Coates League as a promising young forward. Charlie Harrop comes in directly in front. The kick is on its way, and it's got the journey, only just. Harrop kicks his first of the afternoon, and North have their third. 3 straight 18. Brisbane 1-7-13, approaching the 20th minute mark of the first quarter.
And again, that inside 50 count, 4-10 Brisbane's way right now, but North have had 3 looks at goal and converted all of them. Brisbane have missed 7, and they trail. As Curtis Taylor sneaks back out onto the grounds as well for North Melbourne to contest this centre bounce. So he might be going to the outer wing, in fact. He won't be in the 4. inside the square. Charlie Harrop, it's his first goal here for season 2024 in Smithy's VFL. Just ticked into time on. Kangaroos by 5 points. Two teams undefeated so far in the new season. James Strybos with the bounce, and it was a good one as well. Fort needs some help because Free is making sure that Forty's not. And we go again. Darcy Fort won the tap down, not necessarily to advantage. Downey just second to the ball there as Torrent was the Brisbane Lions player over the top of it. It trickled away. Now we're close to the line. Stevenson comes together with Jackson Pryor. Both fell out of play and over the line. Boundary throw in.
Centre wing near side. For a second I thought Pryor was going to come flying over the fence. They hit that contest very hard, Stevenson and Pryor, but luckily pulled up. Fort out of the ruck contest, drives this one along with the dump kick. Lean it at the back. Here's Pink. Ryan gets his hands on the footy. Pink did well to corral him. Archer assisting with the tackle to lock things up. Of course, we saw Pink at AFL level earlier on this season. Ball will be tossed up. Lane knocks it down. Lean it involved again. Tunstall head over the footy. And not going anywhere. Tunstall's been busy early. Tossed up again. Phillips captured the crumb. Kick came off a hand. Just running past the football there was Madden. And now North can come forward. Lord had it, but the smother there. Madden again. Gets it towards Lyons, and Lyons to Tunstall. Tunstall, a left foot kick inside the forward 50 here for the Lions. And Ryan was at the back. He's come forward though. Lean it in the pocket under some pressure. Got his kick away, but too wide out of bounds on the full. And again, Brisbane to repel their attack, and Lions will take the kick.
Still 2 kicks from home. Short lead on offer. He does go to that target in sharp. Bit stagnant inside 50 at the moment for Brisbane, so he'll just lob it onto someone's head in the hot spot, and that man is Callan Lane. Goes up, doesn't bring it down. Manly with the strong tackle there on Archer. Umpire blew the whistle. Free kick will go to Glensboy on the last line of defence. Jackson Archer, eyes darting, nothing obvious to go to. He'll get the hurry up. Fort's underneath this ball. If he puts the mitts up, he should bring it down, and he does. Disposal number 6 for Darcy Fort. Back to the hot spot. Coming over the top there. Pink couldn't take the mark. Lean it. Tripping over. That might have been kicking in danger. No, it's going to be a free kick for Brisbane here. Very close to goal. Dunkley should kick Brisbane second here. He's already kicked 4 goals so far this year, Kyle Dunkley, to give Brisbane back the lead as we start to creep towards quarter time at Arden Street. He does kick Brisbane second. His 5th of the year, and Brisbane back in front.
Well, thank goodness they were able to convert with that opportunity then. They've kicked 7 behinds so far this afternoon. They've had plenty of opportunities coming forward. And Kyle Dunkley being awarded the free kick. Makes the most of that one. As we head towards the first change. 24 minutes gone in the first quarter. Brisbane by 1 point. It's been a pretty strong contest so far, though. It's been a hot footy early. Heavy stoppage work right across the ground, though. So back in the middle to do it all again. Goad and also Fort to do battle in the ruck. Fort's been strong today, and again, grabbing it out of the ruck and getting boot to ball straight away inside the forward 50. It spills towards the pocket. Ryan trying to chase it down. Lean it with a little fist towards the boundary line, and the ball beats him over. And I'll be quite happy to see that one over and out, and they can reset. Brisbane just inside the forward line, though. Defence for North. Smith now and Goad up in the ruck. Smith won it down. Lowson with the tackle. Goad, ground level, got it towards his teammate there. Smith, a quick kick up towards the half-back line, but it's been cut off here. Brain looking central, finds Tunstall. Tunstall just right on the paint, a 50, well-weighted kick, and Robertson takes the mark. Strong lead. Kick the goal at the start of this quarter. Robertson, and looking for his second, of course. Was the first goal for Brisbane. It was played in the grand final last year for Brisbane as well. It was picked up in the draft in 2019. Robertson from 45 metres sends it on its way. It's across the face and just sneaks through for a minor score. And they move to 2-8-20. 2-point margin they lead by. 3 straight 18 North Melbourne.
Riley Hardiman with the ball here for North Melbourne. Not too far away from quarter time. There was a loose teammate over the top. It gets nearly picked off here. Morris couldn't make it stick, and North Melbourne get away with it. High kick will land on the wing. Fortin, and going back, Joyce as well. The skipper today. Tarak Joyce has it. And Robertson again the target. Something's happened behind him. Henry Smith might receive the free kick. Just another 10 or 15 metres inboard from where Robertson was. Henry Smith, who's had a good quarter here. 6 hit-outs. Disposal number 9 coming up. He's taken 3 marks. And kicked 0 goals 2. All that's missing is a goal. Having a good year so far in Smithy's VFL. There was a clean kick. Brisbane by 8 points at Arden Street.
No, good call, Adam. Was a clean kick. Good connection. Kick through the footy. And that's a handy one to get right on the cusp of 3-quarter time. Bit of reward for effort. They've dominated a lot of the quarter, but obviously not reflected on the scoreboard. So Henry Smith has his first of the afternoon. He's put together a nice quarter as he stays on the ground and will contest this ruck contest against Hamish Free for North Melbourne in the middle of the ground. Approaching 28 minutes gone in the first quarter. Smithy's VFL action from Arden Street. Bounced by the umpire. Free. Here's Lyons straight out of the centre. That was strong from Lyons. Inside 50. And Tunstall takes the mark. Well judged from Tunstall. His body weight was flowing forward and was able to grip on and stick it. Played the 2 senior games last year. He's played the 7 senior games overall as James Tunstall. This for his first of the afternoon. Brisbane searching for their 4th. Tunstall will have to kick from 50. The kick is coming back. Looks pretty good to me. That's a wonderful kick. He struck it pure. And he has his first of the afternoon, James Tunstall.
Brisbane is leading every possible key statistic at the moment on the team front there. Plus 22 in disposals, plus 13 in inside 50s, plus 8 in hit-outs, plus 10 in clearances, plus 3 in marks. The only thing they're not leading is tackles, 24-13 North Melbourne's way. Brisbane well and truly in control of this one so far. On the individual front, Joss, 9 touches each for Tunstall, Smith, Robertson and Lyons before you get to the first Kangaroo. That's Cooper Lord and Jared Lynott with 7 each, and they're both VFL listed.
Wow.
Complete domination from Brisbane so far. And with some better kicking in front of goal, the lead would be much more than the 14 points that we're currently looking at. So a bit of work to do for North Melbourne. They have been clean once they have been able to get forward. Stevenson under some pressure, had to hand pass back to Phillips. They will work it out in the end. Lowson, little kick down the line's good. Watkins quickly gives off the handball as the Roos do go into attack. Curtis Taylor to target, and the kick was placed perfectly. His direct opponent, not actually sure what's happened there, Josh.
Yeah, Brain just down. I think he may have copped a stray elbow to the stomach in that particular contest, but in a fair bit of discomfort at the moment.
He's not standing the mark, he's just hunched over it at the moment. In a fair bit of pain, Shadow Brain. Curtis Taylor. North need this just to get a little bit of momentum back after back-to-back Brisbane goals. Curtis Taylor gets one back for North Melbourne. A late flurry of goals in the first quarter here as Brain will come off now to be assessed by the medicos for Brisbane.
And still in a fair bit of discomfort as well, so we hope he's okay, Brain. And it's a beautiful kick from Curtis Taylor. It's the one thing with North Melbourne, their kicking a goal has been perfect so far in this game. And that's a really handy goal to have. So back in the middle will be Free and also Smith. Bounced by the umpire. Bounced probably favoured Free if anything, but he's wrapped up immediately by Smith along with Robertson. So from the restart again, Free knocks it forward. Lyons, quick hand pass out the back to Pryor. Pryor got it on the boot. Long ball inside 50. Lean it at the back with the fisted spoil. Falls to him. Tackled by Fort. But the siren sounds. Complete domination from Brisbane. 4-8-32 they are. North Melbourne 4 straight.
Josh Herriot on the call here on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app.
Thank you, Adam. And it's going to be Fort and Hamish Free in the ruck to begin the second quarter. Free knocked it down straight towards Watkins, trying to get his way through. Robertson had him in the tackle, though. He wasn't going anywhere. And another restart of play to begin the second quarter. Free out of the ruck, got a quick kick forward. Pry wrapped up by Taylor. Pry couldn't extract himself from the tackle. Again, a restart. Free and Fort. Robertson found some space. Delivers out wide by hand towards Sharp. Sharp off the left. Up towards half forward. Front position there was Dawson. With the fisted spoil. It was knocked forward by Lane volleyball style. Pryor had it knocked onto him, but Archer read that one well. In defence. Goes by hand to lean it. And then short to Dawson again. Now Phillips. Oh, Hardiman wasn't expecting that one. Out the back to Downey, though, and North able to escape danger. Goes up towards this near side wing. Maley shrugs off the tackle. Unable to do so was Harrop, though. And it's going to be Butterick from forward of the centre line on the near side.
Short 45. Good to see that Shadow Brain's okay. Looked to be hampered in the first quarter late in a marking contest against Curtis Taylor. As Brisbane go full switch mode here, McPherson with the little centering ball ends up with Pryor. Now to longer ball. Darcy Fort, the normal target for Brisbane, quite often going inside 50 in the first quarter. Happy to see it go out to play Logan Morris. First year with Brisbane. Boundary throw in. So Devon Robertson up to 11 touches now. Had 10 in the first quarter, along with Jared Lyons. Usual numbers for him. Boundary throw in. Smith going over his head there. Dunkley. Connor Downey harassing him, really. Did well, Downey defensively. Dunkley goes in again. Smith then hand passes out. Lyons had no room to work with. Kick didn't go far. Archer got taken high by Smith.
So Archer in the back pocket. Looking further up the line. We'll send this one long towards the pack. Maley flies and takes the mark. Lots of confidence, mainly in his aerial ability. And a good kick and strong presentation from Wind, who sends them long into attack once more. Lawson at the back. Couldn't take the mark. Spills out the side. McPherson trying to chase this one down, but an errant hand pass spills toward Watkins, and Watkins' snap at goal is a good one. And North get the first of the second quarter, and it's back to 2 points.
It was quiet in the first quarter. Watkins, and we know such a good player at this level, averaging 28 per game so far this year. North now knocking on the door of the lead again. They did have their share of the lead a couple of times throughout the first quarter before Brisbane were able to kick 3 in a row. North have the last 2. Smith, Robertson, Lyons all on 11 touches now. Tunstall on 9. And the leading ball getter from the AFL-listed Kangaroos at the moment, Will Phillips with 6. And he's in this centre bounce here at 3 to do battle with Fort. Good bounce to restart play by umpire Cam Jones. Phillips taken to ground. Did spill out. Ford again with the clearance. Inside 50 we go. Smith got caught behind that time though. Dawson runs onto it. Wasn't a great disposal. The chance here for Brisbane to pounce sharp. He's working hard, but it's in Kangaroo hands for the moment. As the ball gets kicked back toward the middle of the ground. It was a hard one to control for 3. Robertson did well. Tunstall went back by hand. Hand pass was away from Fort. North Melbourne once more. And a couple of handballs. It ends up with Phillips. He'll go long to the square. It's a one-on-one here. And that was a really nice mark reeled in by Sam Lawson. Like Watkins, a very, very good and proven player at VFL level. And he should give North Melbourne their 3rd lead of the day.
And again for North, another really quick entry with the Will Phillips kick as well. So positive movement of the footy.
Going at a goal a game so far this year. North Melbourne back in front at Arden Street.
So kicks his first goal of the afternoon as well. And North, well, suddenly the momentum has shifted and they have a bit of the ascendancy in this early part of the second quarter. 6 straight now, 36. Brisbane 4-8-32. And maybe a couple of those early misses might come back to bite them, Brisbane. Back in the centre now. Fort and Goad. Up in the ruck. 5.5 minutes gone, second quarter. Smithy's VFL action from Arden Street. Bounced by the umpire. Fort again out of the ruck. Dominating in that department at the moment. Kicks up towards half forward. Dawson tried to escape the tackle. May have given away a free kick though. And now it's taken by Smith. Strolls into goal, but his kick offline. And through for a minor score. And here's Pink now from full back.
13 scoring shots to 6 now Brisbane's way, but they trail in the game while the ball was in flight. Umpire saw some holding. Free kick advantage paid. Taylor runs off half back. And it will be eventually 2-on-2 situation, but Lawson ran into the ball nicely, and then something's happened where we're going to see a 50-metre penalty for encroachment. Sam Lawson all over again will have a shot from point-blank range exactly like he did only minutes ago. And it will be North Melbourne's 4th consecutive goal. Unless he completely stuffs it up, Josh. And he will go back just to make sure of it. Back-to-back goals for Sam Lawson and 4 in a row for North Melbourne. And they're out to a 9-point lead at Arden Street.
Well, they've started like a house on fire in this second quarter. Fort still with a couple of early clearances, but just North, their backline have held up well. They've been able to move the ball quickly with pace towards their forward half as well, and they're just beating them The turnover at the moment. Bounce by the umpire. Good bounce as well. Fort knocks it down. Running it well was Hodgson, but wrapped up. Can't escape the tackle. Take two. Fort worked his way to the front. Phillips through traffic. Hodgson out wide. In support. Kicks up towards half forward. Maley almost dropped what he should have taken. Brain driven into the ground. Still got the hand pass away. Spills off hands. Hodgson again. Just ran past the footy. Flicked out towards Downey. It's taken though by Goad, who goes to Watkins. Watkins dealt with after he took the mark. I said that's okay. Robertson. 51 metres out. Watkins has taken the mark. So this would take his very best. He's going to set this one up though. Just pops the kick up towards the hot spot, but it's a poor kick in the end, and judging it better was Green, who comes out wide. Sharp. Or dangerous kick. Stevenson was lurking. Brain. Pryor. Just the dump kick up towards the wing. Pink front position. Scooping in there was Hardiman. And now it's with George, who kicks up towards centre half forward. Lowson dropped the mark, but got it up towards Hardiman. Hardiman from 50. It's a sailing ball and it hits the post. And a minor score, their first behind of the afternoon. They progressed to 7-1-43, Brisbane 4-9-33.
Late in the first quarter, Brisbane had a 14-point lead. They're now looking at a 10-point deficit. There's a 4-goal turnaround for North Melbourne in pretty quick time, just 10 minutes of game time. Tunstall with the lateral ball. It was Hughes who took the mark, and now Jack Manley, a couple of the VFL-listed Lions there. Only 7 out here today that aren't on the AFL list. Wearing the maroon, blue and gold. Long kick. Lean it again. We'll go with the fist. Comes to ground. Robertson just ran away from him. Eventually ran into Stevens. We've got another stoppage. Twelve touches now each for Henry Smith and Devon Robertson. 8 hit-outs as well for Smith. Laning ruck here for Brisbane, just slapped it forward. Manly's going nowhere. He's shown a bit so far this afternoon. There's Robertson. The kick was skewed and off balance. Not sure you could pay insufficient intent for that. I think it was just a shank. So we have yet another boundary throw in. Just a reminder as well, around the grounds, we're not far away from the final 2 games of the round kicking off. Carlton taking on Collingwood, Northern Bull Ants taking on Geelong. All of it's live and free on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app.
Tossed in, Fort at the back, Stevenson at ground level, just paddled it forward. Kicked forward here by Manly, just inside 50. And then the hand pass out the side towards Revel on the boundary line, whistle on play. And so the free kick going his way in the pocket. So Revel with an acute angle to deal with here in the right forward pocket for Brisbane. 12 games in the VFL last year. Runs around. Can he bend that around? It's across the face. Not quite. And through the left-hand side for a minor score. And so 4-10-34, playing 7-1-43. Lean it in the back pocket for North. Short pass, and Deacon Smith, the former Demon, has taken the mark.
A lot of players where the ball is going to land here, and Torrent was in position 8. Took it uncontested in the end. Low rushed ball, but it ends up with Tunstall now. Takes on 1 tackler and 2 and gets out of it. Got out the handball. Brisbane in attack. Revel actually controlled it really well after the awkward bounce. Then had Kangaroo surrounding him and gave up his prior opportunity. So Leanett regains it for North. They were good inside defensive 50 with their pressure in the first quarter. North Melbourne forcing stoppage, that time forcing a free kick. But as they look to escape, it's going to come back in. As the mark was taken out there by McPherson. Another chance for the Lions. Madden's going to come from behind here. Couldn't take the mark. There was another line there as well in Lloyd. It stumps back out for North. And it takes a bounce on the wing. Plenty of maroon, blue and gold around this. The spin tackle there by Joyce, just applying some pressure on De La Rue. There's really nothing coming here. Some ugly footy all around there. No clean possession. And Free will do battle with Fort here as it comes to ground. Torrent looking for a handball option. It can't come out. Watkins had him wrapped up, and Watkins earned the free kick for holding the ball.
So good pressure and tackling from Watkins. Will take his free kick on the wing. It was their best and fairest winner last year for the VFL side. Watkins just behind the centre line. Still on the wing. Short. De La Rue takes the mark. Back to Watkins. Came slightly inboard. Watkins long. Inside the 50. Maley flies from the back. It's built to McPherson, and now Pryor gets it on the boot. Left foot kick up towards the half-back line. And Torrent now takes the mark for the Lions. Head on a swivel. Eyes darting around, looking for options. In the end, he just pops the kick up over the top. It'll work out here for the Lions, and Lions has it. Comes inboard. And now Revel goes long with a kick for Brisbane. Inside attacking 50. Lena captured the crumb. Read it well and delivers to Hamish Free. Through the middle of the ground to Hardiman. Hardiman keeps running. He can get it back. Now Free. Free will pump this long inside 50 here for North. In towards the pocket to no one in particular, and Pryor able to cut it off for the Lions.
Joyce now has it. Tell you what, Jared Lena's come back into the lineup for his first game of the year, and his usual output and importance inside defensive 50's been on show so far. Has slotted right back in and picked up where he left off from years past for North Melbourne. Brisbane ball here at the moment. Manly. The short kick for Tunstall. Disposal number 13 for him. That brings him level with Devon Robertson. The target of that kick was huge, but North had a couple of numbers. Eventually emerging with the ball and taking a bounce is Sharp. It's a very good look at goal. Just needs to finish, and he does. And we're back within a kick at Arden Street.
Well, good awareness from Sharp. Sorry, had plenty of space and time to run to about 30 and nailed the goal. It was a great finish. Good polish on the kick from Harry Sharp. An endurance beast. Of course, he's played the 10 senior games with the Lions as well. That's a much-needed goal. 5-10-40 they are. North 7-1-43. Midway through the second quarter. Smith and Hamish Free. Up in the ruck. Free worked his way to the front. Tunstall low. Read the crumb well. Got it to Lyons. Up to about half forward. Sliding in there was Madden. Ball not going anywhere, but it is holding the ball. So a free kick against Revel, and Downey was the tackler on that occasion. Up towards the wing. Watkins the target. Deflection off a arm, but he was able to get the crumb and deliver out wide by foot. And Harrop now takes the mark. A goal to his name in the first quarter. Harrop kicks up towards half forward. No mark taken. Lord is there for North. On the up, but it's Brisbane. The numbers prevail. Pryor got it from Lyons. Got round one. Got it back to Lyons by a hand. Stepped around his body up towards the wing. Lean it. Here's Pink at the back. Got it to Lean it again. and then lean it inboard towards his teammate in Stevens. Brings it inboard. Kick had to be precise, and it wasn't. It'll work out, though, because Sammy Lowson's got the footy. Excitement machine. Lowson up towards half forward, but taking a really good mark was Joyce at the back and brings it inboard to Tunstall.
3-point lead for North Melbourne here. Tunstall with the footy. Disposal number 15 goes short for Torrent. Coming up for number 8. Brandon Ryan. Left football, saw something he liked on the outer side as the Lions again look to penetrate. Short kick for Madden. Just bounced behind him. North get it back. Lean it again. Little chipper over the top. He's okay for Cooper Lord. Had 7 touches in the first quarter. Coming up for number 9 now. Lowson's kicked 2 in this quarter already. Some careful stuff here from North Melbourne for the moment. That kick just opens up the door for Brisbane a little bit. Brain tried to punch it away. Ended up back with Lowson. Was quick to get rid of it out toward the outer side and out in the direction of Wind. North Melbourne ball eventually. Downey into attack we go. Stevenson somehow had the ball just stick in the breadbasket. It was a great contested mark. Kicked the first goal of the game today, Jaden Stevenson. And he can extend North Melbourne's lead.
It was a great effort. He was in a one-on-one there with Riley Green and just fell into the mitts as he was falling towards the ground.
It's his first appearance in the VFL this year. Jaden Stevenson leans back on the kick. Smith getting back there. That's going to be marked on the line. But plenty of angle to deal with here for Finn Maley. He's kicked 4 goals for in Smithy's VFL coming into today. That one barely just snuck in for the behind.
Yeah, it wasn't great connection from Finn Maley. So Brisbane to restart their attack. Lions to the pocket. Brain takes the mark. Back to Lions by foot. And then Lions. Short pass. And Morris now. Well, missed his teammate on the hand pass. Comes back to Lions. But in the end, Phillips gets it to Stevenson. Stevenson, little dinky pass in towards the pocket. Prize under a fair bit of pressure. But he stayed calm amongst all the panic. Left foot kick out wide. Towards Torrent. And then Torrent up towards the wing. Sharp with the ball in hand. Runs round Leonard. Takes a bounce. Keeps running. Sharp. We know what a great runner he is. Goes by hand to Robertson. Robertson over the top towards the pocket. Big tackle there from Dawson. Might be a goal-saving tackle. Dawson holds things up. And a stoppage in the left forward pocket here. About 20 metres out from the goal line.
North Melbourne coach Tom Lynch just 2 boxes away from us. We can actually see him right now. Must be happy with what's happening with the defensive pressure inside D50 at the moment. North have been excellent on that front. And they'll be called upon again here because Henry Smith has the ball for Brisbane. 2 kicks from home. It's going to land about 30 out in the hot spot. A couple go up. It doesn't come down. Lyons was there to shark it. But he kicked Brisbane's 11th behind. He's missed a few today.
He has. Read that one up well off the pack. Just not able to fully maximise that opportunity. So, Braden George from full back runs out of his defensive goal square. Brain with the fist. A timely fist as well. Out of bounds it goes. This will be tossed in by the umpire. Between wing and half forward on the broadcast side of the ground. Engaging contest here. 44 playing 41. A 3-point margin. Almost 22 minutes gone in the second quarter. Smith, the front. Robertson, hands and knees. Watkins in there. Like a bull at a gate, Watkins still going, and that ball not going anywhere. Umpire will intervene. Free, knocked it down. Smith just ran past the footy. Robertson extracting the footy, runs to 50. The shot at goal, it's coming back with the breeze. Has it got the journey? Not quite. Thumped over the line and through for a minus score. 5-12-42, playing 7-2-44, a 2-point margin now.
Jared Leonard with the ball here for North Melbourne. Had a late jumper change today. There was a hurried team manager quickly coming in to tell us last minute there. But Leonard, one of the more distinctive players out there for North Melbourne, luckily for us commentators. George over the top of the ball, was being harassed the entire time there. It was good pressure by Logan Morris for Brisbane. George gets it again. This time does find a handball target. Lord looking to switch out toward Lawson. I think that is on the outer side. It's Downey, in fact. He'll go short. De La Rue. Intended for Phillips. Brain came in out of nowhere. Picked it off for Brisbane. Wants to go inboard quickly. Torrent in the middle of Arden Street Oval. Looking for something. Had an option by hand. Shadow Brain. Out toward Manly. Happy to go up the little chip inboard for Sharp. Kicked a nice goal earlier in the quarter. Gets around a couple. Kick is on its way now. It could actually sneak through to someone out the back though. Downey put himself in best position and played goalkeeper in the end for North Melbourne.
Yeah, that's right. Last line of defence for North. Downey plays on. Left foot kick. Up towards the half-back line. Maley at the back. Comes off hands. Bouncing ball towards the wing. And McPherson unable to keep that ball into play. Ewan McPherson. Played with Footscray. 2021 to last year. Made the move to Brisbane's VFL program during the off-season. Tossed in at centre wing. Smith at the front. There's Deacon Smith. Pushed off the footy by Robertson, who ended up getting the football. Tackled by Smith. Robinson lost it. Falls back over the footy, and the umpire blows his whistle. It's a good contest then from Robertson and Deacon Smith, though. Both going hard at the footy. Lane knocks it down. Watkins. Robertson again. Head over the footy. Up towards the wing. Goes to ground. Hand pass towards Torrent. Just missed him. Out of bounds it goes. And we'll get another restart of play on the wing.
18 touches now for Jared Lyons, 16 for Dev Robertson for North Melbourne. Leading ball getter from the AFL listed guys is still Will Phillips on 10. Overall, Jared Leonard on 14, Jack Watkins and Cooper Lord on 12. Connor Downey also now on 12. Boundary throwing. Smith, just a bit of an awkward one there as Goad potentially tapped it back toward him. North Melbourne ball here. Leonard gets another touch. It's a switching ball out toward Bodie Stevens. But there's pressure coming. And it was good pressure as well from Will Martin. North had the extra. And they'll get away with it here. Downey out toward George. Now we're looking at Smith. Takes a bounce before disposing. Kick out toward Maley. Got impeded by Riley Green. It'll be Maley's free kick. As Curtis Taylor comes off for a rest. Nope, he's just retrieving the ball. So Maley's free kick. He's come back a long way from where the incident occurred. It's a good 25 metres away from the mark. Out toward half forward. Easy pickings for Robertson. It was over the head of Nick Hodgson. Dev Robertson for disposal number 17. He'll get the hurry up. Lane, the big man for Brisbane here, coming across Maley for Brisbane. It comes off hands. And ducking and weaving nicely, Lloyd, but then didn't get a good disposal away. Tunstall had Taylor over him, got the handball out. Torrent does a full 360, goes into the middle. They eventually work it out, Brisbane. Sharp has it now. Who's next? Revel. Placed it nicely, but just getting a hand in there to force a turnover was Harrop and Stevens, and now they go through the middle. Lawson going for a run.
Lawson takes a bounce, comes in ball by hand to Watkins. Watkins looks up, inside 50, has Stevenson out on a lead and gets him. Stevenson takes the mark, 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle or thereabouts. Looking for his second of the afternoon. Jaden Stevenson. And we mentioned his first game in this VFL lineup right on half-time. Jaden Stevenson will have to strike from about 48 metres out. Comes in and the kick is dead straight. That will help An 8-point lead at the main break. 8-2-50 playing to escape that tackle. Fort has been pretty good in the ruck today. With Hamish free, Fort won it. Kicks inside 50. Pink applies a tackle. That sneak high, maybe not. Robinson shovels a hand pass out wide. It's taken by Martin on the boundary line. Had support in McPherson. Then McPherson, eyes to the middle. Fort inside 50. The kick is poor. It let him down, and Phillips takes the mark defensively.
Leading ball getter of the AFL listed Kangaroos out there in the first half. He goes short here to Hardiman. Gets the 1-2 going. Free. Ends up back with Lords. Had a good day so far for the Kangaroos. The kick is partially smothered and clean bowls. Deacon Smith. Watkins got wrapped up and ended up with Smith. Now Taylor. He will go short. North using it nicely in the ends. And Jaden Stevenson, who kicked the first and last goals of the first half, can keep that trend going here. Decides to pass off this time. Slips through the hands of Taylor. Robertson there on clean-up duty for Brisbane. Joyce. 2-on-1 here for Lyon. Slips through his hands. Deacon Smith under some pressure from Revel. Tackled out of it without the ball there was Dawson. Free kick, North Melbourne. Revel. Ball was given to Revel. It's actually Dawson's free kick. Umpire gets all that sorted out.
So Dawson, centre wing, broadcast side of the ground. Just goes up the line with a long kick to the numbers. Spills off hands. Ford at the back. Got his kick away. Lord just evaded him with a bounce. Smith picked it up at ground level. Got it towards McPherson. Gets it on the boot up to Lane. And Lane was strong over his head. Takes the mark. There's players streaming back. Lean it. Mans the mark. Lane goes long with the kick. Inside 50 for the Lions. Over the back. Hardiman first hands to it. And then kicks, crosses goal. Downey, one left footer to another. Downey in the back pocket. Wanted to come inboard, instead goes out wide. And now North. Hamish free. Watkins now. Looks up. Has Stevenson on. In the middle of the ground, Stevenson releases Lord. And then Lord 60 out from home. Sends this one long into attack. The mark incomplete. Picked up by Lyons. Taylor was the man, but couldn't quite take the mark. Retreats to Joyce. And then Joyce will steer the ball back towards this near side, towards the wing. Lane goes up. Got fingertips to it. Lean it went to ground. Ball still alive along the boundary line. Taken by Martin, wrapped up, but a little too high from Dawson and Martin from the wing.
He's going to get the hurry up here. Nothing obvious to go to. Bit of a helicopter ball. Pink was underneath it for Brisbane, up against Henry Smith, who had a big first half. Lit up the stat sheet. Henry Smith, 11 hit-outs, 16 disposals, 1 goal, 3, and 4 marks. And he's in battle in ruck here against Free. He'll have to go again because that ball won't be coming out. 2 other live games in Smithies at VFL as we speak around the grounds. A 1-point lead for Carlton over Collingwood. Geelong with a 14-point buffer out at Genesteel Oval against the Northern Bull Ants. A push after the kick there. Tunstall will receive the free kick here. It will go downfield, in fact, to Madden. It was Lord giving away the free kick for North Melbourne. James Madden hugging the boundary line with that kick. Tunstall does well to get it back to him. And all by himself is Henry Smith. Don't think Tom Lynch would have been happy to see that. A man that's had such a big impact on the game, loose inside forward 50 for Brisbane. As I just said, Josh, he's got 1 goal, 3 so far this afternoon. Kicked that goal late in the first quarter. Has 2 for the year so far in Smithies VFL to bring it back to just 2 points. Kick is on its way. Goal umpire working to their left. It has gone across the face.
So minor score there for Brisbane. It'll be George from full-back for North to bring it out of their defence. 36 inside 50s to 20 for the game in favour here of the Brisbane Lions. So they're pretty telling numbers, but just not reflected on the scoreboard. Kick comes out to Hamish free. It releases Deacon Smith. And now Hardeman inside 50. Lowson, ball just evaded him. At the back there was Butterick. And then Pryor, careful kick. Robertson. He's been busy today, Robertson. McPherson takes the mark. Had some room, so he took some grass and then kicks up towards half forward. Good decision in the end. Lands in the arms of Lane. They've got players streaming back. Lane goes long with the kick. The target there is Morris. Didn't quite get to him. Ball still alive, but taking it over the line. And conceding there is George for North. And they escape danger once more.
George a little indecisive here. So one straight kick in it. Joyce nearly spoiling his own teammate there, then goes into later tackle. It was high according to the umpire. The free kick belongs to Nick Hodgson. First appearance here for North Melbourne in season 2024 in the VFL. High right-footed players looking into the sun. Pryor tried to come across and get a hand on it. Cleans up by McPherson. Robertson for disposal, number 21, leading all comers on the ground at the moment. Ball eventually bounced into the hands of Hewd. This kick needs to be careful, but it was perfect in the end, and Pryor does take it for Brisbane. Goes over the top. Henry Smith having a day out. He's up to 18 now.
Henry Smith comes in board. It was a dangerous kick, but works out well. Sharp takes the mark. Straight up the middle of the ground. Ford's got it. Oh, look out. Hanson came right up beside him and tackled him. So North on the counter-attack again. Through the middle they go. Ball lands in the arms of Sammy Lowson. Waiting for players to come back inside 50. He now has options. Looks towards the pocket. Has he got his man? Yes, he does. Not quite win. Couldn't complete the mark. Stevenson tracks it back towards the boundary line. Ball stays in for now. And now it goes over Pryor. Happy to see it over and out.
So, Josh, we did note at half-time, Robert Hanson Jr., he must have been the late holdover from the Geelong game. He's now into the game here for the second half. We saw him doing some run-throughs at half-time.
So we'll see him bobbing up in this second half, no doubt. An exciting young player, Hanson Jr., Maley with the tap. Here's Stevenson, wrapped up by Sharp. And that ball not going anywhere. We'll have a stoppage in the right forward pocket.
It's interesting scheduling, isn't it? Because Geelong's VFL side also playing right now in Preston. With the AFL game between North and Geelong taking place in Geelong. This is Pink, who needs to get the hand pass out because Brandon Ryan had a fistful of his jumper. Now Madden as Brisbane looked to run. The hand pass took a long time to arrive at Morris, and Pink did well for North. Lean it. Hand pass into traffic. How does it land here? George over the top of it. Looking for a kicking target. Just escaped. Darcy Ford did well to go inboard. North have done well to maintain possession. Hardeman couldn't quite get it to Watkins. Watkins did well with the tackle though on Tunstall. Tunstall gets up, runs into another tackle. No, Pryor. Ball up on the wing.
Game just lifting in intensity as each minute passes. Ball to the side of the stoppage. Lyons to Robertson. Good evasive skills. Kicks up towards half forward. The Fort direction. Off hands. He attacked it hard though. Coming through Smith. Pink. Quick hands. Middle of the ground. Here's Watkins on the up. And now Phillips. Phillips over the top. Has running support and Harrop. Harrop looks up. Goes inside 50. Target there was Lowson. And a high tackle. It'll come back to Brain. And Brain now goes short to Harry Sharp. Looks out wide. Joyce takes the mark for the Lions. And then further up the line, a little pass to Hewd. So Hewd now comes back inboard to Joyce. The former Saint, Joyce to Pryor. Pryor crosses goal. Mainly closing in, but now it's back up towards the wing. Here's Smith, who's had a day out here this afternoon. Put it towards his teammate Dunkley, who was already under immense pressure with Deacon Smith closing late and wrapping him up to the ground, and a stoppage on the centre wing.
It's become a hard-fought, contested affair, this one, but fun to watch. It was free-flowing in terms of the scoreboard throughout the first quarter and a half. We've only seen one goal. That was to North Melbourne since the halfway mark of the second quarter. They do get a free kick here. Nick Hodgson again. They lead by a goal at the moment, the Kangaroos. Hodgson asking for targets to come at him. Goes long, players looking into the sun once more. It was a hard one to control for Shadow Brain. Brisbane will clear out. Fought up against Pink, the two number 32s. Madden had some space out the back. Big chance here for Brisbane. Does give off the handball to Morris. Not looking at a shot. Wants to go back over the top for Madden. Good spoil there by Hardiman. Madden goes in again. He got brought to ground. Didn't really dispose of the ball. Umpire lets it all go. Brandon Ryan. He's taken down by Archer. Good defensive pressure, North Melbourne. Umpire has now given away a free kick. And it will go North Melbourne's way. They've done outstanding yet again in defence.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Archer to lean it, and then out wide to Dawson. And then Dawson to the outer side. Here's Hanson. Over the top by hand. Releases Downey. Kicks to the wing. And they've worked this well north. Running there was De La Rue. Over the top. Hanson now takes a bounce. The excitement machine. Kicks it inside 50. The numbers prevail here for Brisbane. Joyce to Brain. Brain at half back. Looks back up towards the wing. Taking the mark here, Torrent. Brings it inboard by foot. Ryan the target, just overshot the kick. Spills out towards Harrop. Harrop to this near side of the ground. Taylor now takes the mark for North and will restart their attack once again.
Just casually goes for a Sunday stroll on this wing. Took nearly a standing still bounce and then disposed of the ball to Harrop. Kicked a goal in the first quarter. Charlie Harrop gives it to Pink. Ex-Swan goes into attack. And a man that's been pretty busy today, not lighting up the stat sheet, but Shadow Brain doing plenty of good things inside D50. Robertson's one that is lighting up the stat sheet. Disposal number 23. Lane was begging for it coming off the bench. Took a while to get there. Pink does well. Then there was a push. And a free kick will go Callan Lane's way for the Lions.
So Lane on the wing, broadcast side of the ground. Looks up towards Ryan. The fisted spoil from behind. Spills the way though of Madden. Kicks inside 50. And finally the Lions are able to secure a mark, and Jared Lyons is their man ahead of Leanett. And Lions now will try and steer this one through. They would love a goal. But JJ Liston, winner of last year.
Brisbane have not led since the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. And they won't hear if it's a goal anyway.
10 VFL games last year. This one is narrow. Missing towards the left-hand side. So 5 goals, 15-45. North Melbourne 8-2, 50, a 5-point margin midway through the third.
That was a shot to bring the game level. Riley Hardiman. Big Hamish Free. Or perhaps Taylor could take this mark. Pryor just getting in front. Made it awkward for Taylor. Was dancing on the boundary line, then comes in board. It's all okay because it's in the hands of Jackson Archer. Lean it at the top of the square. North go full switch mode out to Downey, and Dunkley gets in front of him. Does well. Kills off the contest. It goes out of play. North Melbourne by 5 points, with half as many scoring shots than what Brisbane have had today. 5-15.
Extraordinary stuff down here at Arden Street. This one will be tossed in. And the 245s. Hamish Free and Lane. Free at the front, Lane at the back. Went to ground. Now Lane, Free goes to ground. Robertson, a strong tackle on Downey. And the umpire required. Once again, Lane knocked it down. Tunstall emerged with the footy. got a kick inside 50. Pink with the spoil. Ryan through traffic. Evades one, evades another, but not the third. Incorrect disposal. And now Downey to restart the attack. Looks out wide to D. LaRue. Couldn't take the mark. Hanson Jr. with a nice tackle. Spills the way Robertson. And now gives off by hand. Martin kicks up inside, attacking 50. And that's a really good mark taken by Morris. Third bite of the cherry. So Morris has marked 55 metres out from goal. Right on the boundary line. Assessing his options. It's a cluttered 50 at the moment. Morris pops the kick up towards full forward. Big pack at the drop. Comes off hands. Pink at the back. Hand pass to Taylor, or dangerous, because coming through there was Madden. Off his boot though, deflection, and out of bounds it goes. And a stoppage now. This one to be tossed in. Left forward pocket, 16 minutes gone now. A 5-point margin the way of North Melbourne.
Round of grounds leads to Geelong. And Carlton so far in Smithy's VFL. Kick smothered off the boot of Pryor by Taylor. Who gets it now? Curtis Taylor. It'll land next to the square. Joyce had to bounce off his chest. There was some help there through McPherson. He got just thumped into the turf here. Strong tackle by Hodgson. Tough little player, Hodgson, from North Melbourne's VFL list. So it's the Pies by 5 points in front of Carlton around the grounds. Geelong by 15 against the Northern Bull Ants. High ball here. Running onto it nicely was Brandon Ryan, and he'll get 50.
So it's just that bump after he marked. Just an ill-disciplined 50 there.
This is a gimme to give Brisbane back the lead for the first time in more than a quarter of play. Brandon Ryan, this is his first appearance officially in the VFL since coming to Brisbane from Hawthorn. Left foot at goal, and Brisbane is back in front. Local boy here from Rabbit Park in the Essendon district, before being picked up by Hawthorn halfway through last year via the Northern Bull Ants, and he's got a goal here.
So good result there for Brisbane. And Brandon Ryan had to make up a fair bit of ground to actually take that mark as well. He was charging out to take it, so bit of reward for effort there. 6 goals, 15 Brisbane. So free and Fort up in the ruck. Fort's been really strong today. His clearance work has been prolific in this game. Out of the middle, Watkins for North. Sends them into attack. Up inside 50. Maley couldn't quite control the footy. Spills out to Butterick. Had Taylor. Got rid of him though. Butterick did well. And then up towards Ryan. Through his hands. Pink at the back. Gives away a free kick, a push. And Ryan with the free kick. Just inside the centre square. Near side of the ground. Ryan sweeps his left foot kick towards half forward. Lloyd did well at the back. Hand pass Robertson. Robertson to Sharp. Sharp weaves through the traffic and then gets a kick up towards the pocket. Revel danced round one, got round another. Sharp wrapped up by Pink, and incorrect disposal. Pink did well defensively. And now Pink from the half-back line.
North's tackling has been good today. 52-36 on the tackle count their way so far. They've made life pretty hard for Brisbane inside defensive 50, inside Brisbane's forward 50. Watkins currently has the ball. Just 1 point in this one. Cooper Lord. Disposal number 17. Hodgson might have lost it in the sun. Now has some pressure. Just got his kick away. It trickles toward 50. Clean bowls Darcy Fort. Picked up by Hanson with some fresh legs. Outside of the boot kick. It'll bounce away from the goal face. Did not feature here in the first half. Must have been that late holdover coming back from Geelong. Sped down the highway to take part in this second half here, Josh.
So ball back into play. Joyce for the Lions. Takes the mark. There's a man over the top and Torrent. On the half-back flank, Torrent. Back to Joyce. And then Joyce switches across. Thurston now to Dunkley, and then Dunkley to the outer wing. So they've worked this well, the Brisbane Lions. The kick up to half forward now. Morris takes the chest mark, pulls the kick inside 50. Not a good one though. And it's Waywood and Dawson now with the free kick after the kick too wide out of bounds on the full.
Two teams that have not yet lost in Smithies VFL in season 2024 coming into today 4v5 on the ladder. And 21 minutes into the third quarter, we cannot separate them. Joyce will take the mark here for Brisbane. But he gave away a free kick in the process. Umpire tells Joyce to give that ball up and hands it right back to Maley. De La Rue has it now for the Kangaroos. There's a couple of jumpers for the ball. Lions had numbers there as Lions goes around the corner. As in Jared Lyons, the actual player. But ended up back with De La Rue. And the low kick was okay. Lockie Wines as options present in the corridor. And the shot will come from Curtis Taylor. Kicked a goal late in the first quarter. Has been in and out of the AFL lineup for nearly his entire career. Curtis Taylor. Played his junior footy not too far away from here at Keilor in Essendon District League. Played in the senior premiership at just 16 years old under mighty Mick McGuan at Keilor before getting drafted to North Melbourne. And here he kicks his second goal of the day to hand North Melbourne back the lead.
Big goal, very big goal from Curtis Taylor to put his second through. So as you say, Adam, back out to 6 points. Closing in now on the final change. The scoring's dried up in this third quarter. It's been a bit of a stalemate really in terms of the contest. Interesting to see if either team can potentially kick a couple of late goals. Enter the final change with a bit of momentum. So back in the middle. Good bounce from the umpire. Fort and Hamish free. Fort won it down. Lord went to ground. Taylor kicked the last goal, wrapped up strongly there by Revel. Wasn't escaping that tackle. Revel attacked him hard. Lyons. Jared Lyons through traffic. Delivers up to half forward. Smith takes the mark on his chest. Wheels around. Kicks inside 50. Great vision. Great play. And taking the mark here is Luke Lloyd. And will kick from directly in front, 35 metres out. So Luke Lloyd was really strong for the Sandringham Dragons in the Coates League last year with 21 majors. Picked up a pick 42 in the 2023 draft. Luke Lloyd from directly in front. He comes in and misses. Just faded late towards the left-hand side. And so a minor score. George from fullback for North.
6-16 now for Brisbane compared to 9-3. 12 scoring shots to 22. North Melbourne lead the game though. Bodie Stevens, second game of the year for him. It was Joyce in the marking contest against Wynd. Brisbane ball here, but the look-away handball from Martin wasn't doing too much for Jackson Pryor. Good crowd in, given that North Melbourne are playing live in the AFL as we speak up the highway. It's not looking too good in that game. It's a 54-point lead for Geelong, a game that's running pretty much concurrently with this one late in the third quarter. Boundary throw in. Hearing of a potential injury concern in that game as well for North Melbourne. Might not go with it though, just in case. Didn't see what I thought I saw, at least not the correct information, but there might be opportunities for some Kangaroos out here to get into the AFL lineup next week. Boundary throw in here. Phillips has been okay for the Kangaroos so far. He might be the one to get a look at the top level as he gets taken out of bounds. Another boundary throw in. Dev Roberts was there with him. Robertson up to 26 touches now. 25 for the Lions, 22 for Tunstall. Watkins up to 19 now, having a good third quarter for North Melbourne. But it has been David Robertson that's had most of the ball for most of the day so far. Kangaroos ball here, tried to feed it underneath. Non-controlling umpire said that was not a legal disposal by Nick Hodgson. It was the correct call. Tunstall will take the free kick. It'll land about 40 out. Archer coming over the top. And that was a quick quarter. Only 26 and a half minutes. And it's a 5-point ball game at Arden Street. 9-3-57 North Melbourne, Brisbane. 6-16-52 with the
court. And Hamish free in the ruck. Here's Robertson. He's had 26 touches in this game, wrapped up by Phillips. Take two in the middle. Free. Watkins ran into the brick wall. Still managed to get his kick away somehow. Tunstall evaded traffic, did really well. Pumps it long inside 50. The Smith direction. Dawson at the front. Hand pass to Hardiman. Hardiman round the body up to the wing. Curtis Taylor takes the mark on his chest. Lions defence standing up strong. Taylor. Further afield to the wing. Deacon Smith, the former Demon, dropped the mark. Revel now. And now Brisbane through the middle. Tunstall again, wrapped up strongly by Phillips. And the umpire will call this one across his arms and restart play.
It's a perfect Sunday afternoon for Smithy's VFL footy. Good crowd into Arden Street to watch this one. Plenty of Brisbane supporters watching on as well. Stevenson gets out the handball to George. It's a one-on-one inside 50 here for Lausen. And before the ball arrived, there was a whistle. He took the mark anyway. He's kicked 2 goals already today, Sam Lausen. They were both in the second quarter. If it wasn't a free kick, it was a decent mark in that one-on-one contest against Budrick. He can kick his third and extend North Melbourne's lead. There were only 2 goals kicked in the third quarter, 1 apiece. And it's been a pretty close affair all day long. Missed to make it an 11-point lead for North Melbourne. Sam Lausen for number 3. Goal umpire working to the right and watches it go through on the right side of the stick. North by 11 get the first of the last quarter.
Well, it's a big understatement, but that is a massive goal because a bit of momentum swings their way. Just a little bit more confidence. 11 points now, as you say, Adam, and we saw them come out and kick the first 4 goals of the second quarter. Can we see something similar here in the last? We'll wait and see, but great intent from North so far in this final quarter of footy. 11 points. AFL action here at Arden Street on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app. A bounce, an errant one. And the umpire will throw it up now in the centre. Fort and 3. Fort just mistimed his jump at the footy. Strong tackle there from Archer. to wrap up Tunstall. Free, won it down. Robertson. Lord got it from Smith over the top, looking for Phillips. Phillips goes to ground in the tackle. Kyle Dunkley. So again on this near side wing. 3.5 minutes gone. Final quarter of footy. Stevenson playing in the midfield now. Lyons finds Robertson out the back of the stoppage. Copying a real bad bounce was Morris. Spills Ryan's way. Kicks inside. Morris can run on to this. He gets a kind bounce. Snaps towards goal. Up to full forward. Fisted ball from behind. Sharp. Just missing. Wrong side of the post. And through the right-hand side for a minor score.
And again, missing because the North Melbourne pressure was outstanding on the ball carrier. Brisbane have had a hard time with some of the contested footy inside their forward 50. With North Melbourne just making life really hard for them. And again, we saw it there. Stevenson has space out the back. Looking to set up Lowson over the top, who runs onto the ball now. 3 goals today for Sam Lowson. Can he set one up here? Oh. Maley the target. Couldn't take it. That neutralised the footy. Maley still had it. Now Downey looking to spin away from the tackle. Just got a little kick away, but the umpire said it was holding the ball before he did so. And a free kick for Liam Hughes for Brisbane. Can now confirm that news from GMHBA Stadium. Colby McKercher has been subbed out of that game. The collision with Jeremy Cameron that has resulted in some sore ribs. So Charlie Lazaro subbed in there, and potentially an injury concern that may see one of these Kangaroos out here slip into the AFL lineup next week. Hopefully Colby McKercher is okay. So that's the big news out of GMHBA Stadium. Brisbane, of course, played their game in the AFL on Thursday night. What a win that was against Melbourne. Leanett has given away the free kick here. Brisbane ball on the outer side. Lloyd to take it. Wants to get on with it quickly. Dunkley, his target, coming across was Stevenson. And that neutralised the footy. North Melbourne do get it back. Maley tackled immediately. Ball does spill out. Went behind Robertson. Devon Robertson does pick it up. Then took on the tackler in Taylor. Might have been taken high. Umpire says no. That's instead holding the ball. Free kick, Curtis Taylor.
So Taylor in the middle of the ground. Short pass. Now George sends this one long. North into attack once again. And the mark has been taken. The George kick was a brilliant one towards the pocket. And North with an opportunity in the pocket for a big goal and to extend this margin out to 17 points. And Lachlan Wynd has taken the mark. So we'll kick from 25 to 30 metres out. Former Box Hill Hawk comes in. Kick is on its way. And it's dead straight. Big goal. 6.5 minutes gone. 11:3:69. North Melbourne lead. Brisbane 6:17:53.
It's North's biggest lead of the day now. They go to Box Hill next week for what will be their first game of the season away from Arden Street. Brisbane will be hosting Geelong, both those games taking place on Saturday, so a 6-day break in the VFL for both. North is not led by a bigger margin than this. They're being ultra accurate in front of goal. Brisbane the exact opposite. Now we're just heading into that territory where Brisbane really do need the next one. Good bounce to restart play from Harry Birch. Non-controlling umpire saw a free kick. Which way is it going? The players are heading toward the Brisbane forward 50. And the ball will come back to Devon Robertson. He's up to 28 touches. That brings him level with Jared Lyons. Gives off the handball here. McPherson. Revel's going to come from behind. No, he decides to stay back. Brian almost brought the ball down. Was falling over. Taylor with the dump kick, and luckily in the right spot was De La Rue. So the Kangaroos out of danger. They'd like to have as much control of this particular possession as possible. They've got the ascendancy on the scoreboard at the moment. Harrop now has it.
So Harrop, defensive side of the centre line, plays on. And then kicks up to the half forward, but Joyce, front position, keen to move things on. Goes by a hand. Martin squares things up further afield to Sharp. True centre wing position, Sharp. Out wide to the brain direction, Archer closing late. The ball goes over the line, out of bounds. .69 playing 53. This one will be tossed in. Goad and also Smith. Up in the ruck. Throw was shallow. Smith just banged it forward with his fist, and then Sharp wrapped up by Archer but taken high. There's the North fans' hoot and disapproval. It's being given off towards Pryor, who sends this one very long, touched right on the line. A minor score.
This is Braden George. He's had it 18 times today. A fair few of those have been kick-ins. Jared Leanett in for his first game of the year has been good, providing his usual output inside D50. Nearly a mark for Joyce. It was well read at ground level by Green as Brisbane just let the ball go here. They've got to work hard to win it back. Lloyd was there for the Lions. Now he's taking on Downey. Did get a late handball out. Brisbane still maintain possession. They've worked it out nicely in the end. It's Tunstall into the middle of the ground. Henry Smith had a big first half. Gave off the handball to Robertson from outside the arc. Got pushed after the kick. That should be downfield for Brandon Ryan. Big chance here for Brisbane to bring it back to single figures. Brandon Ryan kicked a goal in the third quarter. He's on the right side for a left footer. And we have a 9-point ball game at Arden Street. Game on.
It's his second goal for the afternoon. Back to 9 points. So an ill-disciplined free kick, resulting in the Brandon Smith shot at goal. So back to the middle to do it all again. Stoppage work so important now. Major ball winners this afternoon. Robertson up to 29 touches. Lions 28, Tunstall 25. Well, for North, Lord has 20, Watkins 20 touches. Back in the middle now. There is Lord. Wrapped up immediately. Fort and Hamish free in the ruck. Tunstall shovels a hand pass out. Lots of pressure on the ground now. The intensity lifting in this game at the moment as Will Martin picks himself off the ground. Tossed up again from the restart. Lawson tried to work his way through. Got it towards Watkins. The kick goes forward. Inside 50 here for North. Hanson Jr. put a boot out, but it's been kicked back up the middle of the ground, and taking a really strong mark there was Manley, and may have copped one high for his troubles as well. In the middle of the ground. Looks out wide to the wing. Kick all not that precise. Downey arrives for North. Able to gather. Onto his left. Kicks into the middle of the ground. George just missed the hand pass. Manley again. Got it to Lyons. And then Jared Lyons up to half forward. And taking the mark here is Sharp. Now he's off. Runs around Dawson. Sends him into attack once more to fall forward. Spills out over the back. It could be a goal. It is. Off the boot of Lane. And it's back to 3 points. Lane kicks his first of the afternoon, and Brisbane are coming.
That's his second goal for the year. Around the grounds, a couple of half-time scores at the moment. Carlton by 5 points over Collingwood at Icon Park. That's the 7 TV games today, and the other live stream on afl.com.au. It's Geelong leading the Northern Bull Ants by 23. That's also at half-time at Genesis Steel Oval. Michael Peppicelli and Brendan Rhodes on that particular call. Games that started an hour after ours. Back in the middle. 2 undefeated teams putting on a good show in Smithy's VFL on a picture-perfect Sunday afternoon at Arden Street. We're back in the middle with North up by just 3 points. Watkins gave up the ball. Lions will go inside 50 once more. Underneath it again is the big fella, Callan Lane. Soccering it off the ground moments ago. Now he clunks the chest mark. Well, maybe not a chest mark, but a nice contested mark anyway. Directly in front, and he now has a chance to give Brisbane the lead. The Lions have not led since the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. He hits the post. North holding on to a 2-point buffer.
North from their defence. Dawson's got it in the back pocket. Looks up the ground. Sends it to the wing. High kick. Joyce comes across from the side. Watkins, hand pass and error at one. Spooning the ball was Dunkley. Kept going though. And now Deacon Smith wrapped up strongly. Cries a ball. It'll be rewarded. So Brisbane 65 metres out from home. Dunkley, good follow-up effort. Can he find a target inside 50? He pops the kick up, fought the target. Couldn't quite take the mark. Dawson, hand pass to Taylor. Now Watkins. Watkins, Hanson, wrapped up strongly in the middle of the ground. And Torrent, the tackler, holds things up. And we'll get a stoppage inside the centre square.
Brisbane won a close one last week, only by 2 points. It wasn't 2 weeks ago, in fact. Now against Brisbane, we did have the week off in Smithy's VFL last week for the state game. And they've got another close one here at Arden Street. It will be a free kick going North Melbourne's way. The ball in the hands of Deacon Smith. And Taylor, who's had 16 disposals today, to go along with 2 goals. Joyce had front position there. Umpire's going to blow the whistle. It wasn't Joyce. It was actually Budrick. Maley gave away the free kick. Budrick will claim it for Brisbane. Seesawing battle. North have had the lead for the majority of the game. It fell all the way through to Ryan, but it was touched on the way through. Now Torrent looking for options. Gave it up by hand. Phillips will be taken to ground by Dunkley. Ended up with Deacon Smith, and then the fumble by Taylor. He gets put to ground by both Torrent and Dunkley. And a stoppage at half forward.
Yeah, the boundary line as Fort and Hamish Free arrive for the ruck contest. It's been knocked out. Hodgson couldn't quite keep it in. And this one's going to be tossed in again in front of the interchange gates as Robertson comes onto the ground. Phillips goes to him. Tossed in by the umpire. Free and Fort. Fort won it down. Lions with the crumb. Captured it. Out to Robertson now. Along the boundary line. He sends him into attack for the Lions. Up towards the pocket. Lean it at the back with the fisted spoil over the boundary line. A timely fist. And we'll get it tossed in again. Leanett has been strong in his return game for season 2024. Lane now. And Free. The 245s battling it out in the ruck. It's been knocked down forward of the contest. Hodgson got boot to ball. Only just. Taken by Lord. The dump kick towards half forward. Jared Lyons captured the crumb. In towards full forward. Ryan takes the mark. It was a big pack, but he stood strong. Second bite of the cherry, able to clutch at it. And Brandon Ryan looking for his third. Runs around and he hits the post. A second poster for Brisbane. It was Lane first and then Brendan Ryan, and now North through the centre.
Joyce is in the foot race here, but Lowson had the better bounce. Gets it now to Sam Lowson. North by just 1 point here. They go inside 50, and Finn Maley takes the mark. Quick transition from the North Melbourne Football Club. He's goalless today so far. Finbar Maley's kicked 4-4 for the season. He's averaged 10 marks in those games as well. Wins against the Bull Ants and Carlton for North Melbourne so far this year. Third consecutive game at Arden Street for the Roos as Maley looks to extend the lead, which he does, but only by 1.
So a minor score prior now to bring this one back into play. Steps out of the goal square and will send this long to the broadcast side. Fort takes the mark. Short to Brain. Brain to Lyons along the wing. They want it in his hands. Robertson now. Over the top to Smith. Strong contact from Dawson. And Robertson had something to say as well. Gives it off by hand to Lyons. Touched off the boot. Robertson from 50. Kept his feet somehow but lost the footy. Stripped of it, holding the ball. A big moment of the game. Toby Pink with the tackle. Eyeing off the wing. And that's where he sends it. High ball. Centre wing broadcast side. Spills the way of Hamish Free. Wrapped up by Fort. And the umpire will intervene on the broadcast side. A 2-point margin.
Fort tried to grab it out of the ruck, then Robertson overran the ball. Lyons will help make sure this results in another ball up. Deacon Smith, the North Melbourne tackler, involved. Grandstand finish coming up at Arden Street. Deacon Smith again, hand pass off to Pink, but he missed him. Hardiman goes around the corner. 2-on-1 here for the Lions, and reading it nicely in flight. And taking the relieving mark for Brisbane was Riley Green. Zaraq Joyce, the skipper. One way then the other. It's been good defensively.
Oh.
And the commentator's curse just struck at the worst possible time there. Out of bounds on the full. Cooper Lord has it for North Melbourne.
So Lord, just forward of centre. Plays on, runs around, sends it high for North. They went into attack once more. No mark taken. Spills over the back. Madden, quick hand pass to Brain. Brain over the Sharp. Sharp gets it towards his teammate in Dunkley. Dunkley up towards Lyons. And then the Lions back up towards the wing, and Ryan. Strong hands ahead of Dawson. Centre wing near side. Ryan assessing his options up the line. Sends this one long. A wobbly old ball for Smith to mark, and Leonard was strong at the back with a timely fist. Over and out it goes. Time ticking down. 22 and a half minutes gone. North have the lead. Goad and Fort. Fort's been wonderful all day in the ruck. Goes to ground that time. Goad wrapped him up. Spills loose. Shoveling the hand pass out was Dunkley. Going to ground there was Smith. Archer with the tackle. Robertson just ran past the footy. Couldn't quite collect it. Taps it forward. Now Morris. Spills out towards Tunstall. Tunstall, the shot on goal. Across the face. And through for a minor score. A 1 point margin now. Pulsating stuff here at Arden Street.
Since the 5-minute mark of the second quarter, North Melbourne have led for all but 2.5 minutes of play. And that was halfway through the third quarter. Brisbane potentially kicking themselves out of this one. And it's the smallest possible lead that North Melbourne clings on to. 29 scoring shots to 15. But North with the 3 extra goals on the board. Neither team has tasted defeat yet in season 2024. It's VFL footy at its finest here on AFL.com.au and the AFL Live official app. With a total of 28 AFL players out here, it's gone on the full. Madden's going to reclaim it for Brisbane. He actually gets a bit more meterage as well as the umpire sets the right mark, so he comes 10 metres closer to goal. But still, 2 kicks from home. Madden on the right boot. Forts underneath this one. A number of players fly for it. It comes to ground. Will it stay in play? Henry Smith sees it out. Had a good first half today, Henry Smith, and his numbers have been good. 22 disposals, 17 hit-outs, 8 marks and 1 goal for. Hopefully it's not those 4 behinds and all the other behinds that Brisbane have scored today that ends up being the difference for them. Boundary throw in. Free in ruck against Fort. North Melbourne ball. Archer dumps it back out. Something happens after the kick. It'll be a downfield ball for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, he caught one high just after he kicked as he went to ground.
It's not downfield, in fact. It's coming back.
Yeah, it'll come all the way back.
How much time's left? The third quarter was only 26.5 minutes, Josh.
As we tick over 25 minutes now. Archer in the back pocket for North. Will send this one long to the numbers on the outer side. The fist from behind. Here's Watkins. Paddles it forward. Hanson Jr. But Madden for the Lions. Kicks back up towards the wing. Taking the mark here is Dunkley. Dunkley wheels around, wasting no time. Sends the Lions into attack the Fort direction. At the back, Dawson just fell through his fingertips. Smith now got the hand pass away. He was wrapped up there by Archer. Coming through was Phillips. Back to Archer, wrapped up. Not rewarded. Back to Dawson. Now Stevenson gets it over towards Pink. Pink back up towards the wing on the outer side. Hanson Jr. attacked it hard. Over and out it goes. Well, that tackle looked to be an incorrect disposal.
Well, I think he never actually had it. It was a bang-bang set of play. Brandon Ryan got him immediately. Umpire just decided to let it all go. He's actually limping a little bit after as well, Jackson Archer. Alrighty, boundary throw in. 1 point lead for North Melbourne, and we don't know how long he's left. It was a short third quarter. Brisbane need a goal. A point would level the ball game. High ball, Revel underneath it for Brisbane. Couldn't take the mark. It was quickly sent into attack by Pryor. Lean it underneath it for North Melbourne. Chance here out the back. Left foot from Ryan. And Brisbane's in front. Brandon Ryan has kicked 3 second-half goals. Brisbane have not led for more than a quarter of play. And the ball is now in North Melbourne's court.
Well, extraordinary stuff here at Arden Street. And a mighty roar as well from the Brisbane fans after the goal from Brandon Ryan. Great call at him. And 3 goals to his name now. He hit the post about 5 minutes ago, but made up big time there. They have the lead. 5 points now. Back in the middle. Fort and Free. It's been knocked forward by Fort. Robertson has tried his heart out all day. Holding the ball. So Hodgson for North will send it towards half forward. The kick almost cut off. Hanson's there. Brain was cool amongst the panic, but his kick was cut off. Inside 50 from Watkins. And Sammy Lowson on the end of it. Time is ticking. Sammy Lowson. Well,
we've got a ball swap here.
We might have a ball swap here. Wasn't happy with the Sharon that he marked, and so we'll get the other ball from behind the goals. And so Sam Lowson, this for his 4th goal of the afternoon. And importantly, the lead. North Melbourne down by 5 points. What can he do here? He's been a fan favourite down here at North Melbourne. Sam Lowson comes in. Kicks the goal! Puts up the fist. It's back to 1 point. North now have the lead. And that's his 4th goal for the afternoon. 29 minutes now gone in this final quarter, Adam.
Brisbane's previous lead was in the 3rd quarter, lasted only 2.5 minutes, and pretty much the exact same thing has happened now. North Melbourne back in front, and who knows how long he's left. Anyone's ball game, advantage North Melbourne. Connor Downey will line up at the defensive side of the square here. That might be an indication that there's not long left. The coaches will know. The officials on the sidelines will know. You and I, Josh, and everyone at home. We don't know how long is left. Phillips, an important clearance for North Melbourne. Although this might just be a dangerous ball, it does land safely in the arms of Curtis Taylor. And he thought about going backwards. North are going to kill the clock as much as they possibly can. 2 teams that are undefeated in Smithy's VFL. They've put on a good show today. And North will be hoping they can wind down the clock here. Watkins has had an outstanding game. Disposal number 25, leading ball getter for North Melbourne as they go inside 50. Brisbane need to go coast to coast now. It starts with Green, but he couldn't get boot to ball. Madden, hand pass out toward the middle of the ground. It bounced nicely for Hardiman. He then gave it up. Devon Robertson, he gets away from a tackler. Kick towards half forward. It's an empty 50 for Dunkley. He'll go over the top. Kick will land in the pocket. Archer couldn't really affect it. Ends up with Lyons. He goes to the square for Brisbane. It's marked on the goal line. Perhaps a game-saving mark by Kay De La Rue.
And so he goes short. And this is going to be 50 as well, De La Rue. So it'll bring him up to within the centre square. 31 minutes gone.
10 seconds according to one of the runners here.
De La Rue in the centre of the ground for North Melbourne. With the ball in hand. He goes short to Watkins, who just takes the mark. Watkins now. Siren sounds. North win a thriller in front of their fans here at Arden Street by 1 point. A memorable game of VFL football. What a win from North, and they remain undefeated in 2024.